Hello, welcome to NOLA Stamping. I'm Barb Baldwin, and today we're going to be playing around with the on-the-go paper. And we're going to be making just a really cool card for somebody who might not be near you, but you want to send them a little greeting. So we're going to be using, like I said, the on-the-go paper. And I really like how bright and cheerful the paper is. It's meant to be a scrapbooking paper, but I think it works perfectly for cards. So let's make one. So we're going to need some white cardstock. So I'm cutting a piece of 12 by 12 white cardstock into like a card base. So that's 5.5 by 8.5, and that's scored in half. So it'll be 5.5 by 4.25, like A2 card size. And then out of the scraps, you just want a piece of white cardstock that is 2.25 inches by 4.25 inches, and then two pieces that are 1.25 inches by 2.25 inches. Okay, so then we're going to cut the on-the-go paper. So for the background, you want a piece that's 4 inches by 5.25 inches. And so they have these cool little, they go in albums, like if you want to use that as a journaling card. But they're all like 4 inches perfectly. So I didn't want to use this one for its intended use, and so we're going to use that on the card and then keep the other ones for either other cards or for scrapbooking. So I'm just trimming off that little piece, and then I'm trimming that little piece that has like all the stripes on it. And then I'm going to cut two pieces that are 2 inches by 1 inch wide. And so those are like perfect for cutting out of like little scraps and stuff. And then I was hoping I had a piece of scrap that was the right size, but I did not. So I just needed to cut for that larger like center portion. I really want the hearts geotag location things. So I'm cutting into a new sheet, and I want that 2 inches wide by 4 inches tall. And because these are like, it matters which way they go, you have to make sure that you cut them in the right way. So just warning you that you have to pay attention to the up and down on that one. Okay, so then there is a whole sheet of just tags, and it's got like a nice green background on it, but so I'm just going to go ahead and cut out a couple of tags. I wanted to, since all of my papers have like that strawberry slush pinky sort of feel, I'm going to cut out several of the tags that are pink, and I'm just going to use my regular scissors and fussy cut around the edges, and I just want to get as close as possible to the drawn edges of the little tags. And I just wanted to show you my quick little hack. I don't have the correct size paper puncher, circle hole puncher for the center there, so I'm just going to use my scissors and just sort of cut as close as possible around that little circle. I just pierce through the center and then like cut around them. And then what I'm going to do is, I didn't have a strawberry slush Stampin' Blend marker, but I had one that's real red. So I'm using that since it'll sort of tie in well with all of the colors that are on there. And I just use that marker to go around the edges and just sort of color in, and it gives a little bit of a shadow around the corners of the circle. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab that gold open weave ribbon, and I'm using that to just sort of tie into each one of the tag circles. You can use any ribbon that you want, and actually there's like a baker's twine at the end, and I'll show you at the end what that looks like. But I'm gonna at this point go back and color in all the edges. So, like, you know how you can distress with like scissors and sandpaper and stuff. So what I'm doing is distressing all of the papers that are going to go on the card with the marker. So I'm just going around the edge of each piece and just using that brush tip of the marker, and I'm just adding like a little border of red on everything. And that's just gonna sort of, you know, everything's so busy, so it's kind of nice because it'll give a nice break between like all of the different sides and stuff. So it's just a nice little technique to go ahead and add a sort of like a visual break in between things. So then I'm just going to go ahead and put the two pieces together that are similar sizes. So the two that are 1 inch by 2 inch go on the 2 1/4 by 4 and 1 1/4, and then the 2 by 4 goes on the 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm just looking, and I'm sort of like placing everything about 1/4 of an inch from that top left hand side. And because you just want to sort of like make sure that it looks straight-ish, and then we're going to match that in the bottom right hand corner, and then that big 2 by 4 just goes right in the exact center on top of those two squares. And then we're going to go ahead and put that striped all the way across on that front part. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping. There's very little stamping on this card, which is kind of amazing. So I did get Strawberry Slush ink. That'll be coming out shortly. And so that way I'll be able to match the color. And I'm just stamping directly on the tags, and then I'm stamping that heart on the little tag as like a little bit of an emphasis. And then I'm going around and doing the exact same thing that I was doing earlier with that Stampin' Blends marker, just so that everything sort of ties in together. And then let's go ahead and grab our dimensionals just to pop up the tag from the rest of the card to give it like just a little bit of visual interest. And I'm using the edges of my dimensionals just to be a little bit more frugal. And I'm giving the tag just a slight tilt as we put it on the front of the card. And we're going to add that little tag right in the upper right hand corner of the tag, the bigger tag that's already there. Just sort of like a little emphasis. And then I sort of play around with trying to like tie the two tags together. And I tried it, and then, I changed my mind, and I undid it. I think I couldn't get the ribbon to go into the spot that I wanted it to go to. So I moved on, and we're going to put that last tag, we're cutting it in half, so you'll be able to use the other half in something else. And we're just going to sneak that up underneath that center 2x4 tag and attach it to the card base, just so that it feels more like a tag, like a traveling tag. So then I go and I try a couple things with the ribbon just to try it. It's a card. You can experiment with your art a little bit. So I tried snipping it down, and then I just finally came to the realization that I liked it just straight up and down like that, not all tied together and stuff. So now it's just time for embellishments, right? So I'm using the Sunny Day Iridescent Dots. They are more pink than like that Strawberry Slush, but I think they're close enough. And I could have also used like the teal ones to sort of tie in some more of the other parts of the tag. But I think that card came out pretty nicely, and I can't wait to give it out to somebody. I did want to try a couple of different things with the ribbons, so I'm going to show you a couple different options that I did. But I just wanted to say thanks for making this card along with me, and I hope you made it or made it your own. But don't forget to stay crafty.